Welcome everybody. Shalom. Hope the sound is okay. Let me just turn this up a bit. Sorry about that. So, sorry it's taken me a lot longer than what I hoped that it would take me to actually present this information to you all. There's been one or two reasons behind that, which I won't go into detail of, but anyway, we're kind of getting it together now, and hopefully this may be more than one part. I'm going to try and, I don't know what the best way to present this is. I've asked for direction, and I just seem to think that I've got to sort of give it to you as a whole, and then kind of break it down a bit in parts. So that's what I'm going to do. So without further ado, we'll get into it. First of all, I hope everybody's doing well. All praise to the Most High for His word. And what you can see in front of you here is my my working notes, if you like. This is the first page of Bereshit, or Genesis, and as you can see, it's from right to left, as we know. Bereshit bara Elohim at Hashemayim at Haratz. In the beginning, from nothing, the Most High made the heavens and formed the earth. And this is ancient Semitic Paleo-Hebrew, the original forms of the letters that we've been covering in our other videos. And before anybody gets into confusion by thinking that, the Western English words that we use in the King James Bibles and all the other variations are not reliable, which they're not. This, as far as I have found, is it. This is the root of the tree, the seed that it all comes from. And so as you can see, this is page 1. It goes on and 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 on. This is why it takes a long time to get this stuff together and put together. Now, what you can see here and here and on the other pages, as we flick through, you'll see these ones here. This is all what we know as the letter N, the modern letter N in our words. Back then, as we've discussed in previous videos that we've spoken about this, I think me and Casey talked about it way back when we did the corrupted garden video. And you know, way back then, I think it was about 7 months ago or something, is when I started researching this, and it's taken all of this time to get where we are today. But so these little N symbols in the ancient Semitic Paleo Hebrew represent a seedling, you know, like a bean sprout seedling. But it can also be interpreted as a serpent, because when I do the video covering the letter N, which is about 2 letters away, 2 videos away from where I am now, we'll go into detail and depth on that more so. But so it can be either the seedling, or it can be a representative of a snake, a small serpent. So to go back to the beginning, like I spoke of just a minute ago, we were talking about this way back when we did that video, The Corrupted Garden, about Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, and how the serpent had come into the garden and corrupted Eve and Adam, and how we come to end up in this mess that we're in called life. And one evening I decided to look through, I don't know what possessed me to, but I think it was the Ruach was working on me, and one night I went through the beginning, the whole of Genesis 1 and 2, and marked off all the letters that were N, to see if there was something in it. And there is. I'll show you here. This is my original rough draft, if you like. And you'll see here that we have the Strong's numbers listed down here. So as you go through this folder, you see, this is Genesis 1:5, this is Genesis 1:6, 1:1, 1:2, 1:3, 1:4, and so on and so forth. So as you go through from the beginning, working your way through those pages, I made a list of what words included the ancient Semitic Paleo Hebrew letter N in the word, the Hebrew word, not the English word, the Hebrew word. And these are the Hebrew words. And these, in the red writing here, is the rough draft of what the meanings behind the Hebrew words are. And there it goes on and on and on up to there, because that's as far as I got with it, because then I realized that I was into something more than just a scrap of paper. And so I think that's enough on that. So then we moved on to this. This is how I've come to put it together for you, so that you can hopefully kind of grasp what's happened. Now, like I said in the description of this video, this may be more than just one part video, because as you can see, I'm working my way through all those pages to bring out the words that have got this seed letter N in the word in each verse as we go through the word of the Most High. So we won't truly get a picture until we get to at least Genesis 2:9. So what I may do is I may just give us a rough idea of how it's going to work, and then I'll either make part 2 and part 3 and so on, however many we need to actually get to the bottom of it, and get some understanding of how fantastic and marvelous and incredible the ancient Hebrew word of the Most High is. It's far more than what we think it is, as we've discovered before, and Casey's proved with videos he's done, and other people as well, who hopefully, if you've checked out my subscriptions and playlists on this channel, you'll have seen a few of those. So what we'll do, we'll start up the top here. Now this is Genesis, the first occurrence of the letter N in a Hebrew word, which is Phanei, which is a root word for pineal, actually. I know Casey's spoken about pineal, the pineal gland, and the pineal in the Bible. It's all comes from this root word, and it actually means appeared, or in front of, or before. Not before in the concept of time, but what is literally in front of you and what is before you, in front of your eyes, because the eyes are the key to everything, as we know. So the first word is this one, H6440, appeared, in front of or before, whichever one you want to choose to use. And it goes on to the next word, which is bayan, which means out of a time or a space, or between something, between a beginning and an end, or a left and right, a forward and back, a space between something, which could literally mean out of a time or a space. And that's the number H996. The next word is this one, which is Kan, which is here represented by a hand and the serpent, and it's number H3651, and it means thus, or so, or just so, or therefore. It's like a statement of something being. The next word is Shanai, which is number H8145, and that means another, or when you had one of something, how you have a second of something, or it means again. Next word is, remember this is how the words with the letter N appear in the Hebrew, ancient Semitic, Paleo-Hebrew laid out word in the book. And I'll just show you the book that I use as a rough guide. This is the ancient Hebrew Torah, and it's compiled by Jeff A. Benner, who's listed on my subscriptions. And as you can see here, it's page and page all the way through of ancient Semitic Paleo-Hebrew letters, all the way through. All 5 books of the Torah. So we're only talking about this bit and this bit so far. So far I'm up to about here. So I'm just showing you what book I'm getting these symbols from, which if you investigate on his website, ancienthebrew.org, you'll learn a bit more about where he's getting this information from. And I also use the Hallelujah Scriptures, which is the most reliable, even more so than the Sefer, to the actual correct words, Western civilized words that we should be reading. Because as we know, there's so many different versions. There's a rainbow version, probably. These days are getting so crazy that, you know, we need to, what I would suggest to everybody is get one of these and get one of these. Because you're going to need it. It will open up gates and doorways for you, and hopefully, you know, you research and show yourself approved by hunting for this knowledge. And, you know, if you look, you'll find, and it will be given. Ask and it will be given. So where were we? I know I went off on a tangent there, but sorry about that. That's the kind of the way I don't kind of write out a script for these videos. They just sort of work themselves out, really. So I think we'd done that one, hadn't we? We'd covered that one. Now we're on to this one, which is the Hebrew word mine, or min, or mine. It depends how people pronounce it. And it's the Strong's number H4327. And the meaning of that word means, the description of the word is a creature, a species of kind, or a species of a kind. The next word, as it's found through the pages of the Torah, is this one again, the Khan. See, a lot of these words, they will repeat, obviously, because they're words that are going to be used. And as you'll see, if you've already started from the top and worked your way down, you'll see it reads like a book, but not. See, what you have to remember is if we read like a Shakespeare play or something, to our modern way of reading and expressing ourselves, the way they express themselves is different to how we would in everyday conversation. So these numbers that you can see on the side here is basically telling you, if I go back to my sheet here, you'll see that this word bayan has ×5 on it. So if I go back to my, where are we? Yeah, that's that one. To my original draft, you can see H996 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times as we went through the pages. So what I think that means is it's emphasizing the fact of that word. It's putting an emphasis on it, like underlining it, so to speak. So that's what these numbers mean down the side here. If it only occurs once as it goes through the book, in order as it goes through the book, then I only put it ×1. But obviously that one, as I just showed you, appeared 5 times, one after the other. So I hope you grasp that. I know I'm not the best at sort of describing this stuff and explaining it all, and it's like I put in the description, you may have to rewatch this and skip forward and buzz back and skip the bits that you don't find interesting if you want to just buzz straight to the story at the end, the story that this information is telling us, then you can do that. So anyway, that's gone off on another tangent. Sorry about that. I keep doing that. So yeah, we did that one, and then we had that one again, and then we have that one again. See, they do repeat. But the important thing is they have the N letter in them. The bottom one is the bayan one again, which we had up the top here. And we're here. So do is put the next piece of paper in order, and you can see here I've got an ever growing list of pages. We've just done number 1. I think what I should do is just do number 2, and then I will give you a kind of just a quick read through of a recap of the information that we've covered, and hopefully you'll see where I'm going with all of this. So the next word here, which is Genesis 1, that's still verse 14, and it's the Hebrew Strong's word H8141 or possibly H8578. They're very similar, and they have a very similar meaning. So it could mean it's either one of other of those two, and it's the word shanaim or shanim, and it means again. So once again, or a doubling of one that you already have, or a second one, or 2 of something. Next word is the can word again, or can, however you want to pronounce it. Next word is this one, Shanai, which we had before, I think, which was H145, which means another, a second time again. Next word is this one, Kathun, which is H6996, and it means lesser, or something small or little, a little small thing, an insignificant small thing, if you like. And that one's found in Genesis 1:16. As you'll see, they've all got numbers here. It's all in sort of following on order from Genesis 1:1 as we go through. Next word is the Hebrew word Nathan, which has two of the N symbols in, and that's number H5414, and it means was put or made or placed or given. The next word is the bin or bine word, which we've had before, which is out of a time or a space between. The next word is that famous word that me and Casey have spoken about before, nefash, or nefesh, some people say, but there's no E in it, so it's nefash. And that is number H5315, and it's a living creature or a being or a soul. That's from Genesis 1:20. Also in Genesis 1:20 is panei again, or pani, which is where the pineal comes from, that word H6440, which means appeared in front of, before. This is the first crunching part of the revelation of this information, really, and it's this word tanin, H8577, and it means, you can go and check this up if you, that's why I'm giving you this information. If you all want to research this and check it out for yourselves, I encourage you really sincerely to do that, because you know it's like a thing that once you start, you just can't stop yourself. It just takes over you, and it brings the word, it makes it so real that it's almost unreal, if you know what I mean. And it goes so deep, and it means dragon, serpent, or monster, and that's in Genesis 1:21. So now you wouldn't get this information from reading the King James Bible. Just to throw that in the mix. The next word down the bottom there, I hope you saw that one. Oh, I didn't have my stick there, did I? Oh, sorry about that. I may try and edit that bit out, but so we just did that one, and we just did that one, which was the Tanin, the dragon, serpent, monster. The next one is Nefash again, which is 5315, that's repeated up here, and it's a living creature, being, or soul. So what I'm going to do is, let me just check what else I've got here. Yeah, I think I'll give you this one as well. This one here is the word mean again, or mine, H4327, which means a creature, species of a kind. Next word, kanaf, H3671, which means which spreads or covers to the extremities. Now all this may seem like a load of rambling mumbo jumbo to you at the moment, but when you actually put it all together, it reads and confirms the fact that the serpent seed is literally hidden in the word of the word, laid out that nobody in well, medieval times or up until now, I don't think anybody else has come to this realization that this information is there. And it's kind of scary that, you know, you come across this information. But, you know, information will be increased in the end days and the end times. So this is why I'm putting this information out, so that you people can all realize and come to the realization that, you know, what we base our faith on is a real thing. This is not a game. It's been going on for a long while, and we're just fortunate to be around in the times that we're around in. Who knows what's around the corner? But me myself, I kind of wish it'd move on a bit quicker, really, because the way this world is I've kind of had it. So, where were we? I mean, a creature, species of kind. Nafash, a living creature, a being, a soul. Min again, which, as I said before, is repeated 2 times, one after the other, so it's emphasizing the fact. Can again. You can read these, I hope. Min again, a creature, species of a kind. Nashar, H6213, brought about, made. Genesis 1:26. This one here is Salem, which is the word H6754, which means a reproduction, an image, a vain show. Now, some of you will have heard that from another channel, and you can take it how you want, but if the information rings true with what that person is saying, I know he or she comes at it from a slightly different angle with a slightly different approach than myself, for one, and other people that I hold very dear on this channel. This kind of confirms that, the information that we're all being shown from whatever angle it comes from is confirmation. Selam, an image, a vain show. Now I've got one more page that I'm going to show you, and then that will take us to the end of Genesis 1. So we have here the Hebrew word damatanu, and it means a likeness. The next word is this one. I forgot to put the consonants in between, or the vowels, sorry. This one is the word nakaba, which is H5347, and it means a female, woman, a female. Genesis 1:27. Next word is Hina, H2009, and it means behold or look, represented by these two symbols of a person holding his hands up in worship, saying, behold, his faith. The next word is Natan, H5414, which means has given, delivered, or brought about. That's Genesis 1:29. Next word is Phani again, or Pani, the in front of, before, in appearance. The one we've had previously. The next word is this one again, Nephash, a living creature, a being, a soul, Genesis 1:30. Next one is Khan, or Can, again, which is 3651, and it means thus, or just, or so, or therefore. The last one that I'm going to present is this one, which is Haina, which we had up here, which is H2009, and it's behold and look. Now, that being said, we'll go back to the first one and we'll read it through like a story. And hopefully you'll grasp it. I'm going to hold the camera like this. So we've got here, appeared, out of a time, thus, just so, therefore, another, a second time again, thus, just so, therefore, a creature, a species of kind, thus, just so, therefore, a creature, a species of kind, out of time, space, between. Next page. A likeness, a female woman, behold, look, has given, delivered, brought about, in front of, before, in appearance, a living creature. Thus, just so, therefore, behold, look. Oh, I've done the wrong page. Sorry. Scrub that. I'll go back. Oh, what a complete hash up. Ugh. I'm going to have to edit that out, I think. Let's run through it again. Appeared in front of, out of a time space between, thus, just so, therefore, another, a second time, again. Thus, just so, therefore, a creature, a species of kind. Thus, just so, therefore, a creature, a species of kind. Out of time, space, between. Now, get the right one again. Which isn't the right one? Again, a doubling of one, a second, two. Thus, just so, therefore, another, a second time again. Lesser, small, a little thing, was put, made, placed, given, out of a time, space between, a living creature, a being, a soul, appeared in front of, before, a dragon, serpent, monster, a living creature, being or soul. A creature, a species of kind, which spreads, covers to the extremities. A creature, species of kind, a living creature, a being, a soul, a creature, a species of a kind. Thus, just so, therefore, a creature, species of a kind, brought about, made, a reproduction, an image, a vain show. A likeness, a female woman, behold, look, has given, delivered, brought about, in front of, before, in appearance, a living creature, being or soul. Thus, just so, therefore, behold, look. The next one is going to be part of the next video, which I hopefully will be able to do soon, which will be part 2, which goes further into the fatherless, infinite, nothing innumerable seed of the serpent from the garden that runs through the whole book. Sorry about the confusion halfway through, but hopefully you'll be able to make sense of this, and when I get the next couple of pages done, I'll put up part 2. So thanks all for tuning in and watching, and like I said at the beginning, at the end of this, hopefully it'll all make sense, and we'll be able to, look at it in a bit more depth, and have a bit of a discussion on it and see what you guys think about it. That being said, all praise to the Most High. Keep living righteous, and I'll catch you in part 2. Shalom.